Oh yes, this is awesome. Well, hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a review of Nightmare in Silver, which, well, before that, between you and me, that was just a funny sketch thing that I just did. Shh, don't tell anyone. Anyway, in all seriousness, that was just a random bit that I thought of ages ago and just wanted to include in a video, and now I have, so I can sleep at night. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be reviewing, as you can tell by the title hopefully, why I like Nightmare in Silver. Now, the thing is, that already kind of gives away that obviously I'm going to be kind of positive about this episode. The thing is, I am not a massive fan of this story. I think it's okay. I think it's just an average story. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. It's average, as I've just said. I don't think it's the worst Cyberman story, and I don't think it's the best one. I think there are much better ones, such as Earthshock and Revenge of the Cybermen. But in the new series, there are still better stories. I think the series 2 two-parter is much better than this story, Cyberman story. What was I going to say? The Cyberman design is, again, I think when it first got shown, I used to hate that new design. But I think as I've got older, I think I absolutely love it. I really like it because it's a lot more organic and it looks like a humanoid kind of thing. Like if you look at the back of that Cyberman design, there's like a spine, like a metal spine. So it just indicates, it really drives home that there is like a person underneath the armour and that. And I think that's what the 2005 sort of series, 2006 ones in series 2 lost, I think. You know, they were very robotic and that. And I know a lot of people really didn't like them stomping about and like and all that, and then they combated it with them doing like this really stupid ability in this story where they can like really zoom really quickly, and it's like, no, that is really dumb. As I say, I'm a fan of the design now that I've seen it more than just in Nightmare in Silver, and we saw it in Darkwater and Death in Heaven. And again, I like the design, I just don't like all these tacked on abilities, like for example the ability, or like not abilities but just random things that Cybermen have never really done before, but they think that it's making them more intense or more scarier, and it's just like, no, they're just making them less Cyberman-like now. For example, the bit where the Cyberman takes its arm off, or not its arm, but its hand like falls off of its body, and then it like goes and then like attacks someone, and then you just hear them scream. There's another bit where the head of the Cyberman goes full 360 and it just looks at this woman, and she's about to like zap it, the back of his head, and she can't now because it's looking at her or something. I don't know, it was really dumb. And then there's another one where the Cyberman's head is off of its body, and yeah, and it's like attacking this woman, and like it's just the body, and there's a bit of the neck, but obviously without the head. And I just, again, I don't like all that, but purely the design, I really like that. Angie and Artie were just abysmal in this. I hate those two character actors. They are the worst character, or the child actors in the new series. People say Courtney Woods was bad in series 8. These child actors are way worse. Like, oh, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. It's just, there's no heart, no soul, and they are just abysmal child actors. I hate them, to say the least. And that, I think the best parts for Clara anyway in this story are the bits where Matt Smith is with her. I think when she's on her own in this story, which oddly enough she is on her own quite a lot in this story, I think she's not that good. I think the only other character she really interacts well with is Porridge, and I think he's the only other side character who's well developed. Him, Porridge, and Wibbly, or Webley, I think, are the two best side characters. The blonde sergeant woman, she just got on my nerves and was just annoying because she was always just going on about blowing up the whole planet. Angie and Artie were just annoying, and I actually wish the Cybermen had killed them, to be honest. I think Matt Smith, although he's not my favourite Doctor, I think he was phenomenal, and this is definitely a key part in his run, I think. Showing that he's really good as an actor, just generally, you know, because he goes between Matt Smith's Doctor-like acting and his, you know, evil Mr. Clever, the cyber planner thing, and I love that. You know, he can flip between the two, like, you know, like that. Like, you know, 1 minute he's like, save the children, you will save the children. No, I will not. But you will, because you need to, and this is my next move. I hate you, get out of my head, you know, or, you know, I have so many other Cybermen I can use as processing power, you can't win this game. Oh, but I can, you just haven't seen it yet, you know, he just goes between the two personas really well. Yeah, I think, considering that this is Neil Gaiman's second story for Doctor Who, I think this is his weaker story, definitely. I much prefer The Doctor's Wife, even though that's a lot more controversial. I think this really does kind of crap on the Cybermen. I mean, I think the thing is, it has all the ingredients to make a really good story and an episode. It just doesn't go above that. It sort of feels like it just, like Neil Gaiman just had a checklist and just went, okay, got that, you know, and that's it. And just didn't say, okay, how can I push the enemy? How can I push the companion? How can I push the Doctor? You know, as characters, how can I push these characters to new, different limits and places? I think the newest and most awesome thing of this story is when we see the Doctor's mind, and that's really cool. You know, when we see, and the CGI still holds up now, when we see all, like, the golden, like, Gallifreyan words and, you know, letters and symbols and stuff, and all the maths and stuff on the Doctor's side, and all this cool stuff, and it's all, like, in fancy gold. And then, obviously, the Cyber Planner's, like, brain part or section is all, like, you know, dark and stingy and just blue, which I really like, as I say. What else? The cyber mats aren't even cyber mats, they're just like these really small things that are not, as I say, cyber mats. I really hate the pre-title sequence thing, right at the beginning, where the Doctor's like, get down, it's a Cyberman, and the Cyberman's literally just like, and there's like sparks coming off of it, and you can so tell that it's like deactivated, but he's like, oh my god, it's alive, and that. And it's really cringy, and the way they cut it is really bad, in my opinion. And another nitpick, this is just a nitpick, but it bugs me the hell out that Matt Smith just seems to use the sonic screwdriver all the time in pretty much most of the scenes that he's in. It is, like, seriously, does he have, like, some sort of form of Tourette's? Like, he has to use the sonic screwdriver and that's like his tick or something? Or was that actual direction, or what? Yeah, so the beginning, like, prior to the title sequence, the theme, titles, whatever, that is pretty crap. That is, like, at a 3, and then it goes up to, like, a 5 for me. Because the middle bit's actually pretty decent. Like, I like the setting of the castle, and it's, you know, it's fun, it's interesting, and it's a decent episode. Again, it's not good, amazing, or excellent, or phenomenal and groundbreaking, anything like that. But it's just okay. And then it goes down back to a 3 for me, because the ending just feels very rushed, very sort of Deus Ex Machina, you know, it just seems very out of the blue, just very much, you know, oh, well, I'm the, you know, President Duke person, and I can deactivate the bomb, or activate the bomb, and then teleport us all to a ship. That's it, the end. And it just felt very weird in that sense. That, as I say, that ending came about out of nowhere, and yeah, apparently nobody knows if these are the Mundasian Cybermen or the Parallel Earth ones. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that they're the Mundasian ones, Cybermen, as the BBC have never confirmed whether or not they are, so I'm just going to say that they are the Mundasian ones. And also the this story, fun fact, was going to originally be a two-parter, but because it's obviously part of Series 7, and clearly Stephen Moffat was all like, no two-parters, because I'm a tyrant and budgets and blah blah blah, and cutbacks and blah blah blah, the government, and all that. And yeah, so originally it was going to be a two-parter, and I can see it working as a two-parter because it definitely needs more room to breathe and expand, and there could have been more possibilities and more things, you know, that could have happened, and I think it would have been a better story as a two-parter because, again, there are good ideas, but they never go into full fruition in this story. You know, they never, okay, here's this idea, okay, here's this idea, and this idea. Okay, we've got 3 ideas. What are you going to do with them? Oh, wait, well, I can't do aught with them now because we're already, you know, more than halfway through the story. You know, that's what it feels like to me. Again, the setting is nice. I like the setting of the castle. I'm not too fond of the whole, well, let's go to a Spacey Zuma thing and that, and then it's actually a derelict place. And this thing about the Siberiad War thing that came out of left field and nowhere, you know, basically, and that kind of was confusing. You know, because there's no real build-up to that, you know, it just randomly came out of nowhere. But yeah, I would definitely say this is a much better Sadman story than, say, Closing Time, and personally, The Next Doctor, maybe, kind of. Again, I do like how it tries to be scary, at least attempts that, and I quite like how Wibbly, one of the characters, has sort of half of his face Cyberman-like and his hand and that, because it's very reminiscent of what they originally wanted to do with the Cybermen in 1966, with the sort of, you know, 10th Planet, the body horror sort of stuff and all that eerie stuff. So yeah, this was recommended by a friend at college, again, who was the same person who recommended the 1996 TV movie review, so thanks for recommending this review because it's been fun to watch. And yeah, I do think, as I say, Matt Smith was phenomenal in this story. He is definitely the best thing in this story, really. That and the Cyber Planner, and the way he plays both the Doctor and the Cyber Planner. Clara is okay, but I think she's above average when she's with the Doctor. I think she definitely works better, but for the most part in this story, the Doctor's over here and Clara's over there, and then there's all these side characters who are just very one-dimensional and cardboard, really. Cutouts of, again, just very plain military-like characters, aside from Porridge, really, and Wibbly, as I said before, and then you've got those 2 annoying kids. So yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe, and please do tell me what you think of Nightmare in Silver down in the comment section below. Goodbye.